Okay, maybe now. Let me one moment. Okay, I think now we are all live, right? Sorry, this is all the time the same. A lot of problems, but this is Darkest Dungeon. This is our life, guys. So for today we have the special guest from Mikefield and Sis. Mikefield is not here for the moment, but we have to Sis, right? What happened, Sis?
Hello. It's a pleasure to be back here again. Hope I give you all a fantastic show.
Nice.
Games to entertain all of you.
And I have a little bit. I'm very glad for you come to help me, and you are my special guest for today, right?
brother, special is one way to describe me, you know.
Yeah. So for today we have two much more, right? The match of today is the ProfessorHeyLow versus Irbeth, and the second match is Selentia versus Life Sledge, right, guys? So let me see. We have really in this moment. Hello, what happened? How are you?
I'm pretty good. I had some trouble setting up my stream, so it's all good right now. So we're ready to get going. Yeah.
Oh, okay, no problem.
How are you guys? How is the day?
Very good, very good. And you? What's your day?
It's perfect. It's been perfect today. It's some nice food as well, so I'm all ready to get going with the tournament. I hope we get some really good fights today.
Nice. Okay, let me 1 second. Irbeth, tell me to say something to the ProfessorHeyLow. Oh, ProfessorHeyLow, where are you? Here. Nice. I sent you a message, ProfessorHeyLow, and this is the account from the Irbeth. All right. So, I think we are ready to start to play. No.
Yeah, perfect.
Really interesting games coming up today. We've got Halo, this big ghost streamer going on to give Irved. I believe this is a kind of Spain versus America grudge match now that most of the Spaniards are out of the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Entia versus Life Silic as well. We've got a big Mikefield boy here taking out the Cloak Goliath in the first one. And Life Silic, don't know much about him. Could you fill me on him?
Yeah. Irbeth is the only one. It's the only one player from Spanish language in the tournament. So I hope to a good work. But I don't know. ProfessorHeyLow is a very good player, right?
No.
And Selentia and Life Sledge is another very interesting match. So I don't know what is the result from today, but the most important, the winner of these two players go to the semi-finals, right? So let's go to see a little bit moment the general result, right? Okay, this is the quadrant, and we can see Wishful Thitherlad play tomorrow versus Entirely Doom. Are you excited?
Scary game for me there. I think this is where my tournament life is going to come to an end here. Entirely Doomed has been the dominant opponent. I think he's it's either him or Halo, I think, are going to take the tournament for me.
Okay.
We'll see about that, I think, though. I'm not really sure about... Like, it can come down to, like, a composition choice, really. Like, we all know how important the compositions are. So we just get a good read of what he has been doing. So far, I think you can do it, Sis. I think you have a chance, at least. I'm obviously just, rooting for both of you guys, since
exactly.
You're both my faithful followers. So I'm just...
violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So when it's ready, Irbeth, tell me just need 1 minute, just 1 minute. Go to the tournament match 1, right? So what do you think, guys? Let's go to speak a little bit with the ProfessorHeyLow, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's go to the tournament match 1, guys.
Hello, brother.
Hey there.
Hello. Hello, Professor. How are you?
Hello, how are you guys doing?
Nice, we are here. And you? Are you okay?
well, man. Doing well. Ready for the next round in the tournament.
Yeah! And the winner of this match.
Best of luck.
And the winner of this
Thank you.
match go to the semifinals, right? Very interesting. So we need to wait a little bit for Irbeth. He told me need 1 minute, just 1 minute, and we can start the match, right?
Sounds good to me.
Nice. So you have to. I send you a message by the Discord for the account of the Irbeth in the Steam. You can see that.
We're all ready to go.
Oh, okay. You have friends now to Irbeth?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So, you can share your screen for the first match. Hello, Irbeth. How are you? Are you ready, Irbeth? Oh, Irbeth don't have a microphone, right? Okay, let's go to the first match, guys. Very interesting that match. And let's go to see the retransmissions. Okay. I go to put this volume. And we can start as you want. You know the rules, guys?
Yep. I sent him an invite. Looks like I'm just waiting for him to accept.
Mm-hmm. So, Irbeth, can you hear me? ¿Puedes oírnos, Irbeth?
I think he does a microphone, mate, as someone says before.
Okay, Irbeth don't have a microphone and they write me in the Steam, right? So, yes, he told me he's ready for the start, so as you want, guys.
Here we go then. Ready for the first game of today. Coming in here, you got any favourites for this game? Who do you think is going to take it?
Okay, resend invitations.
I have no idea, as I have not seen these players play before, so it's just a big question mark for me.
I think Halo is a very, very, very
Nice
excellent player. Lots of hours under his belt.
So we are to start here, so let's go to start, guys. Very good luck for all. Waiting for the opponent. So nervous, so nervous.
Hey guys, you should be able to see the stuff right now as well. So, I'm just wondering what exactly Halo brings to the table here, because we see like a very aggressive composition here by the school.
And Halo already champion. This is someone who's been grinding a lot of games.
He's darkest, I think he's darkest already. This is like darkest 3. He's doing better, right? He's doing better.
That was champion, right? Champion 3.
Yeah, no, I think it was darkest. I'm pretty
It was champion, trust me.
You see the
And
dark...
here we go, we're seeing a Jester versus this
Alright.
kind of dress-heavy team with the heavy riposte, that man-at-arms there in the grave rubber. Interesting mashup.
Oh,
here.
resist the
What do you think?
debuff. The buff on resist the debuff. Very interesting. This is very bad for power Irbeth.
We're seeing that battle ballad started off here. Halo obviously thinking he needs to get the accuracy in against the this reasonably high dodge team here, but against a dodge team like this, you know, it's a riposte team also. So really, is the accuracy going to do much? It's just going to mean you get hit more with riposte, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the issue of riposte here is that you can just completely ignore it. You can just focus a single target, stun them, take them down as soon as you can. I feel like Halo might just go for the Highwayman right here. Just focus in, like he has a mark available, he has a stun, he has the Jester ready to kill. I think he just answers on the Highwayman right now, especially if he's super exposed.
I think this is a difficult comp for this riposte build by Irvin here to win, especially because Halo, he doesn't have any AoE abilities here outside of maybe a Zealous or a Caltrops.
Defender. Very interesting.
Perhaps an early defender there. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, we shall see. I mean, I would probably drop it on somebody else as well. So I feel like the Highman is the highest threat on this course team. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing.
Exactly,
That's what HeyLow is doing as well. You just take this guy down, and I think you're good.
Starting with the Vendetta for buff instead of the riposte damage there. A bit of a turn order error. Same here with the Man at Arms. Set up the guard instead of the riposte.
The abyss returns.
It's this guy dominant aid, yeah.
That's interesting as well.
I mean, the mark. I think he guarded the BH just because of the mark. Like, he got baited into the mark guard. And he's just gonna lose this.
That is a heavy.
That's
like,
incredible.
What right now?
Little harvester.
He can just regard the Highwayman right now, and this is still like. This can still be countered by the stun, right? The stun comes from the Crusader, and suddenly this Highwayman is just dead from the Justice finale still. And even if he regards, you know, the Arbalist just goes for a...
That's a smart play there, going for a Rampart knockback on the Jester. Not here, we have the Arbalest, he can bowler. Push the Jester back into second.
So I think I'd just go try to stun the MAA right now. If it works, then you have like a free open, you know, you have basically two venues of attack.
I'm reasonably certain you bypass guard whilst marked if you have a certain trinket on Arbalest, so it'd be interesting to see if an Arbalest is running. I think it's called a stabilizing Catilla, perhaps.
Yeah.
That might have been a completely wasted turn on the guard there.
And another slam. So
Really
here we
just
don't
trying to
like.
keep that movement going. That bounty hunter is target number 1 for him right now, it seems.
You see crit come for as well, that's a decent amount of damage, like he's chunking him down slowly, so this might kind of work pretty well overall. Yeah, I'm just curious if this Jester is actually going to be able. I think the Jester just gets the finale for fighting.
That dodge.
And because
I
especially
think Albert has no control.
there is no guard for this core available anymore, so this is just going to be free. Okay, this is strange. It's just going to be a free finale, just from the get-go. There is nothing he can do to prevent this right now. So he has no healing, like the finale just comes through and he just slices through this Highwayman like for butter.
You do really hate to see a, wow, he goes for a Dark Zap there. That is really, some would say odd. Maybe he wants to conserve that finale for the Man-at-Arms or for the Abomination.
I mean, he does have the finish on the Jester, maybe just kind of trying to play the same. He dodges the stun though. That's very unfortunate. He just goes for the, I guess he goes to the Dexter right now. There's no
I think you do, without a doubt, yeah. Especially in this situation.
Probably gets it, he does it.
Oh,
It's
that
okay,
vicious.
He probably has
Like
counter.
35% death blow there, you would have liked to seen it though.
He has the counter-ops, I think, on the BH, so it's gonna be still okay.
Absolutely.
He's gonna finish this. He lowered the death blow res, he can just finish this with the counter-ops. And the Obelisk can still switch the targets right there. She can just go for the GR, she can just, you know, shoot her right now. And this should be just 2 kills quite easily.
Got to be wondering why Irvin actually pushed the Bounty Hunter back.
Yeah, death blow
There
here.
we're going to get to go with a come hither instead of a Caltrops there.
This is surprising, because I expect the Caltrops to come down. This is like...
I think perhaps he wants to save the Caltrops for a potential double death blow later. I think, in his opinion, you know, come hither does the job the same in terms of death blow. It does apply less overall pressure, but on a turn 3 Caltrops, you are missing out the most vital turns there.
Yeah, we shall see how it evolves. But it's like, has this core achieved anything this fight so far?
I think he spent a lot of wasted turns here trying to manipulate the enemy team, pushing that Bounty Hunter back, pushing the bowler forwards. I mean, the Arbalest forward when she can just counter with the bowler. I don't think he's done a fantastic job.
Yeah, we see the slam. So it comes through. We have 0 HP on this Jester. I think this is okay, honestly. This Jester is going to be just fine there.
I mean, you have 2 healers, right? You've got Arbalest again. In second position, can't use a battlefield medicine. The bandage, rather, sorry. But the Crusader in first can heal if he wants to.
It's a, well, you can see here, like, I feel like you can just try to pull forward. That's
Danny!
healing. That's quite big, actually. This affliction comes into play.
We're potentially seeing that Jester killed before his finale goes through.
Yeah, that's why I feel like he could have just finale from the get-go there, just, you know, to be safe. He wasted 2 10s instead. And I feel like this fight could be like way better for HeyLow. At least he still has like a stronger hold on this, despite all this stuff happening. So he capitalizes on the bonus damage against dazed or stunned targets here, which is going to give him some advantage. I feel like the cultures could have actually helped a bit here though. Like he could have been wearing those characters down very, very quickly. If there's,
I think potentially Halo's in a situation now where he almost doesn't want to admit defeat by throwing Caltrops now unless it's going for the death blow, because he's already kind of lost the investment in Caltrops before.
Yeah, that's true. What do we want to see from Descore right now in the situation he is right now?
Well, I mean, for Descore, he's already lost his opportunity, right? He maybe could have won it with a powerful bellow covered with the Abomination's stress. But we've not seen him transform enough. We've not seen the maybe have actually can't really keep attention on the stunts on him. But this man at arms has not been bellowing. There are no debuffs on the enemy team, and we're going to see a finale here.
There's a dead GR. There's a dead GR indeed.
Or a GR. Yeah, indeed.
Obviously.
Yeah, very obviously that finale.
Critical hit there just for Flair as well.
Yeah, the Able is guarded, so there's like nothing can do to the Able himself. I feel this is just over. Like, what do you do as Descore coming into game 2? I think this one is just done. This is just done. So what do you do in game 2?
Descore, he hasn't made a mistake in terms of trinkets or composition. Like, he lost his game in playstyle, realistically. We saw him waste a few turns with guard at the start. He didn't bellow, I believe, a single time. He didn't set up riposte with the Highwayman. He set up Vendetta first. Things like that, slamming instead of using the riposte on your Abomination when he's in position 2.
The question is, like, can't you just ignore riposte if you're playing the Halo's composition here? Because it's just super solid single target. You can just ignore all the riposters, just pick whatever target you want, take them down, and just kind of keep going from there. Like, you're just go one by one, like we've seen here. So what can Descore do to counter this, maybe in drinking choices later on? Well, this is not looking too good for him. Honestly, I feel like he just got outplayed in the picks already.
No, I completely disagree with you. You say you've got ProfessorHeyLow can simply target a single enemy who doesn't have a pulse. There's only one person who doesn't have a pulse, the Grave Robber. The Grave Robber can obviously be guarded here by the Man-at-Arms. That might potentially be the setup we were trying to see on turn 1, but the order was completely wrong. He just kind of relegated himself to playing reactively, trying to move the enemy team around, and it just didn't really pay off from there. I think we need to see a complete strategic overhaul. I think these trinkets are a fine choice, but we're going to see a very quick end to this series if he doesn't just change his game plan there for game 2.
So does he play more aggressive then? Do you just, go all in on perhaps on the Jester or on the Bounty Hunter here? Because there are so many possible targets that can do so much harm to you right now. He's like 3 very powerful picks, accompanied by the Crusader who just serves as kind of all-around support. I feel like whatever target you select as this, what do you do? Do you play stress with this composition? What the hell do you do?
I mean, we've seen the Jester has got a lot of stress on him. He had about this amount of stress 3 turns ago. So I think Irvin has a very powerful flex opportunity here, just to turn into a complete stressful rather than a riposte build. Obviously, it has the flexibility of throwing a riposte down if one of your characters is being targeted. But I think that is where his riposte will shine for him here. Because ProfessorHeLow's heavy mark team, you get marked, you react to that quickly with a heavy riposte. He might be a little bit scared to really damage you,
I don't know about this. I think with Halo's amount of oomph that he has, I think he just go for focus one by one. He can stand with the Crusader, just take people down. Obviously, there's some possibility, some wiggle room for Descore here, but I feel like compositionally, Halo just holds the high ground here. It's going to take a lot of strategic choices by Descore to counter what Halo has come up with for this match right now.
Descore does lack the... I mean, it's interesting. He doesn't have a giant amount of healing, by which I mean he only has really self-healing on the Abomination. The sustain this comp wants to be kind of having is the constant bellow, which not only applies that minus damage debuff on everyone, but also it can waste the Arbalest's turn when she clears it. And that's the Arbalest market is really what's going to take you down to Finale or Bounty Hunter range.
Dead blow, guys. So the first match. The first match.
He's Darkest 3.
I'm sorry, Cherry told me he was fucking champion. Oh my god.
Only of
Oh, God.
bloodthirsty delight.
But you can see because like when you're in the arena, you can see like the highest ranked player's banner in the middle. It shows the darkest rank.
I'm gonna go and give my production assistant a slap. A big spank on the bottom.
Yes.
Definitely
So,
darkest.
Professor, Irvet told me they can't share his screen. They have a little bit problems with his internet. Do you have any problem to retransmit another match?
No, that's fine with me.
All right. So, guys, when you are ready, just tell me and change again the view. Remember the rules, just only remember the rules, guys, and we go to the second match. Very, very, very near the semifinals, right, Professor?
Yeah, just a couple more matches away. You know, win or lose, I'm ready to see Selenia and Life's a Lich play later today.
Yeah, this is another great match for today. So, let's go to see the next match.
Game 2 here.
We're going,
Mike,
guys.
what are you feeling? What are you feeling? Obviously, Irvin here on the back foot. You are him right now. How do you take this home? What are you feeling?
Maybe, I mean, I would have probably pivoted like 180 degrees here. I would have just done pure stress, maybe that's cool. And maybe try to push through this. Like with this, because like what he had prepared before, like just obviously didn't work. And all those characters that this school has are potent in terms of stress damage. Like you have the Highwayman, he can obviously great shot with decent amount of stress, the Abomination, perfect ultimate stress damage dealer. You have the MAA and you have the Grave Robber Bow, very competent.
Such a bad start, and getting a stun there, unable to start off with that repulse for Highwayman there. Means he can be harvested down. He can be hit down with that bounty hunter if necessary. Won't be able to react to that cow drops.
Do you want to be playing this passive though as this squad?
Yeah, I think Irvin's already lost it here with that guard. I mean, Mike, go in depth on that for me, but...
I'd really like to see some Bellows, because if you stack this Bellow, I mean, obviously we're going against the Arbalest, so Bellow doesn't really work that well. It still does something for you. This is honestly quite surprising for me that he is not playing this aggressively here.
I would say that Bellow is almost more powerful against Arbalest in a weird way, because it forces her to waste a turn.
Yeah, sure, like so many other characters who benefit from, you know, the debuff removed. So I think it's like usually you wait for like 40 to 60% debuff and then you just drop it.
Nice critic.
He just Shadow Fade this. That's okay for him, I think. Just Shadow Fade and, you know, use the ability later.
Shadow Fade here is a really useful tool for that Grave Robber, especially when marked, because Halo here, he has Illuminating Flash, doesn't use it though, does not use it. That is interesting, almost wasting that turn on the bowler there. Why do you think he did that?
No, I think he just wants to set himself up. Maybe he just has some sort of a plan here. You're coming up with high damage and then just trying to chunk people down and take it.
Look how fast they're playing, by the way. Look how fast. So quick.
Yeah, he's taking, both of those players are taking their turns very quickly. I don't think they're thinking too much about the turns. I think they know what they're doing, or maybe they're just not comfortable with the situation, perhaps.
I think Arvid here, Arvid is definitely losing in the quick play. Halo has so many arrows under his belt, even Darkest 3 now. One of the highest ranks I've seen anyone in this tournament so far. And Arvid's not quite there. Playing lightning fast, and clearly he should be thinking about this a lot more than he is, because his reflexive plays right now are going to set him into a very quick match loss if he's not careful.
Yeah. So I wonder, like, if his win conditions are possible to be satisfied right now in any way or form. Because I feel like he really... Oh, this is very unfortunate.
He's trying to set up here on that.
I think he needs to settle down on his strategy. He obviously hasn't done this yet. We can see, like, I would have finale this like 10 times out of 10, really. Why doesn't he just do it right now? Like, I understand saving the finale for, you know, for 2020. So honestly, he could have just finale this, you know, just fought this through with a single character advantage. This is so big for you. I don't think he needs to be waiting with this. Like, he doesn't need to be holding on to that.
I think Arvid here has just completely forgot any semblance of what he should be doing. He's not bellowed once. He's
Killing blow?
There we go.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, of course. I mean, this is what happens when you try and play so defensively. You miss one turn with that Crusader, your guard drops. You know, you can't. How are you going to heal with this? You can heal with your Abomination, but you can't. If he's stunned, you can't heal. You just die. He wasn't playing aggressively enough to really give him that kind of barrier of tempo.
I think it's actually smart, like keeping the finale, because I just realized he's the BH. So he was just gonna secure the kill and just use the finale later. If this Jester survives, like if the Jester doesn't even live, I think he's just a bait right now. You just have to funnel all your damage into this Jester if you does score. Because he has the finale ready and he's stacking up super hard.
This Jester is dodging an awful lot.
And this doesn't help. This totally doesn't help.
I think Halo, the holding of that finale, there was a very, very, very smart play really here. Because let's say we're Irvid. Let's say my spirit inhabits Irvid. We still might win this. And Halo here is just trying to hedge his bets. If RNG really goes against him, he's got that finale left, just to take someone down regardless of what happens. You know? He's got the sustain to keep him alive. He doesn't need to let him die. He can wait for him. You know?
He's sucking the damage as well. Like he is like, I think 160% bonus damage on this Jester right now at least. He's just going to keep ramping up. It's just going to be very, very huge value.
It's a ticking clock, Mike. It's a ticking clock.
Yeah. I wonder if he can just, I think he might just be able to finale this GR right now, because this is 10-4. So he should be able to just take her down. Maybe he just shut. I think he just do it.
I would have taken the Jester there and went for the finale. I think even without a crit, you're still probably 70-30 in turn. And wow.
Another dodge.
That was a wasted turn ramparting that Jester. He saw that last turn. Ramparting only pushes him back one. It's not going to put him out of finale range.
Oh, he don't really need to be using the finale. You can just accept this bitch right now.
I mean, what a car crash. What a car crash.
Damn it.
Yeah. You've kind of seen this coming though. I feel like from the first game on, like you saw the compositional advantage and the strategic advantage that Halo has.
Well, I disagree with the compositional advantage. I really disagree with compositional advantage, but I think Irvin here, he wasn't the favourite going in terms of kind of any on paper metrics, but just given his stubbornness, the fact he played so quickly,
another killing blow.
He had no chance. Man. He tried to match Halo's tempo, and boy oh boy, if you do that, you're going to end up in a fucking body bag.
Yeah, I think he needed to bellow first and just kind of try to play it from there.
Why is he still ramparting, Mike?
Maybe. It's like, I don't know, it's like, what do you just, like, if you feel that Halo doesn't have composition advantage, how do you play this out as the score here? How do you do this?
Well, I mean, right now, I realistically think it's impossible to play that right now just because of that Crusader, but what we like about Man-at-Arms is Bellow, right? What we like about Abomination is that he can transform twice. What we like about Grave Rob is that she can fade and throw poison darts. All of these things apply stress. All of these things apply debuffs. All of these things kind of give you an aspect of survivability and sustain that you don't have because you've got no healers on your team. You need to keep applying these aggressive debuffs, making the Arbalest waste her turns on cleaning debuffs, healing, things like that, and we've just not seen it whatsoever. This came off on the back foot, and everyone knows in this game, if you take a disadvantage at the start, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh, that pass.
Unfortunately, but I don't think it matters too much. I feel like it's just done and dusted. It's been done and dusted for a while.
That dodge again.
It's abysmal as well. It's just not how it's supposed to look like. That's just really like he's bending the RNG on top. Like excellent play as well. So I feel like this is just.
I think this is a trifecta of fist. You know, he's getting punched from the left with the RNG, punched from the right with skill, and boy oh boy, something below the belt is hitting him up in the face as well. And that's just general strategy, you know. Irvin here, he really had no chance. If he played very defensively, he might have got it. But Halo here, proving why he's in my finale thing, you know. It's him versus Mangan, if you're asking me. I mean, look at this guy. He's played like a lightning bolt, just destroying Irvin, dismantling him bit by bit by bit.
Yeah. Maybe it's time to finale. Yes.
It is. He's just gonna kill whoever he wants, really. I feel like this Hireman is a better type. It doesn't matter. That's it.
Yeah. Very nice.
A little side point we've seen here from Halo as well. He's always using the finish him on stunned targets to great effect. That's something obviously most people see finish him and just think, well, that's going to get me, get me from death door to death blow in one hit, whatever happens. But it does an awful lot of damage against stunned targets, especially if it's a critical hit. I think the 30, clearing the whole health pool.
Oh, so I feel like also even if Descol was to play Stress here instead of the kind of weird damage composition he's using, I think he would still be in trouble, honestly, because Halo has so much focus damage. And it for him overall.
That was just brutal. That was a brutal performance.
This one is even more brutal than the first, right? This was even more convincing of a win, I feel.
I think Urban almost doubled down there on his kind of arrogant strategy to play defensively. Boy, man. Boy, man.
It just didn't work. It just didn't work for him at all.
Well, guys, this is the final result for this match. Irbet 0 and ProfessorHeyLow 2. So, congratulations, ProfessorHeyLow. You passed to the semi-finals. Very
sweet, man. Looking forward to it.
Nice. And thanks a lot for coming here. Very good play. And I hope you have more luck for the next time. Thanks a lot for coming.
Thanks for inviting me, man. A chance to play against truly some of the greatest content creators and streamers in the Darkest Dungeon PvP community. I don't belong up here with these guys, but thank you so much for inviting me.
Thanks a lot to you.
King amongst kings. Don't forget to pick up your crown.
Alright, guys. So
honestly, Halo looks like one of the tournament favorites to me right now. He's doing so well.
Without a doubt.
I'm looking forward to the future games, seriously. Take it away, Michigan.
I don't know. Maybe in the future make another tournament, because maybe it's for the Darkest Dungeon 2. I hope Darkest Dungeon 2 coming very, very soon and go to play very hard that beautiful game, right? So, let's go to see the next match, guys. Hello?
Hello!
Yeah.
Into game 2 we go!
Yes!
Right, boys, tune in and wake up for this one here. Silentia, our guy in C2, going up against Life's A-Lich. This is going to be a 2-0 stomp either way, I think. It's going to be an explosive game.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to Silentia taking it again.
Absolutely.
I think Silentia has a lot of very good strategies ready up his sleeve, and we'll just see one of them right now. And he's been preparing like crazy for this one, so yeah, it's just going to be very, very nice of a match. I mean, what Life's Lich going to do as well, so, let's just go and check it out.
Here we go.
Yes, let's go to the tournament match 2, guys. Hello, guys.
Hello there.
How are you guys?
I'm doing quite well. Been looking forward to this match since the unfortunate technical issues on Monday.
Let me one second to change the configuration. Now, yeah, we are here. So, guys, this is the second match. The winner of that match is the rival of ProfessorHeyLow, right, guys? The ProfessorHeyLow win the match, and maybe it's the moment to see the next match. So, Litz, you go to share your computer, right?
Let's see. Everybody, try and see if my thing is moving here. Finally,
it is moving. It's working pretty well.
Okay,
Very happy with that.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, now it's work.
Or anything, I remember, because it's showing the whole screen.
Now it's worked very well. So, guys, as you want, you can start.
All right.
Boy, oh boy. One of the most interesting games of this entire tournament, I think. Silentia coming into this, such an underdog. Not very low ranked, but he never hit Darkest on the ladder. But we have seen him play with just the brain of a Russian chess prodigy, taking this to a 5th dimension completely lucid, taking out Cloak Goliath convincingly in a 2-0. You can hear him sniggering in the background. He's fucking loving it. You know this guy's going to take it home. This bastard is thinking, I can't wait to steal Sis out of that $100 voucher.
You flatter me, truthfully. Regardless, Lich, I'm ready when you are. Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
I think we're going into the game number 1 then, and let's have a look at the compositions here. We can see something like we already had a sneak peek at what Lich had in store for us. It looked like a very tanky composition, honestly, like very, very, defense focused with the Arbalest, the Flagellant, and the MAA, supported by the Jester. So this plays very slowly. Silencia's composition is also quite a slow one overall. So you have like double stun control deck here, assisted by this Abomination and the Houndmaster. Actually, I was talking about this composition on my stream some weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, so this was initially at least looking pretty solid. I think we tested this with Silencia, so he brings it to the table, so it's kind of interesting to see this here on the stage. So what this composition does very well is like it can stun up to 3 targets. It can also just abuse the opposition with the Houndmaster's trinkets choice, which allow you to stack a huge amount of stress and bleed. And finally, Abomination can also be used to repose. So all those mechanics are just very, very big overall. I feel like Silencia's composition, I feel like this match is going to be quite an even one overall.
Well, I think here we're seeing the duality of man. Coming from Life's a Lich, we have the Arbalest to clear stuns, we've got the Flagellant, the Jester, and the Man-at-Arms. On Silencia, we're seeing this stun-heavy build. We've got one with no stuns, heavy control, all about debuffs, single target kind of finale, that terrifying threat, coupled with the heavy DOTs of the Flagellant and the Jester. I mean, right now, I think if Silencia doesn't get the Arbalest into position 3 to really lock him down with stuns, the Lich could really control this into maybe a turn 11, turn 15 victory.
But the thing you have to kind of realize as well is that you really don't need to be stunning more than one target as Silencia, because you have a lot of offensive abilities on the Crusader, on the Abel, and on the Houndmaster. So, the best that can be is that this is kind of a stun bot just to keep the Jester in check, whereas all the other characters can be just used to spam out enormous amounts of stress. And that's what they do.
That's a very pressing riposte there from Life's a Lich. Getting it in before the Houndmaster's Harry there. Gonna get that riposte in. Obviously as well, the Abomination in position 2. He might be wanting to throw a riposte out here on turn 1 rather than a transform. It's anyone's decision right now.
Yeah, so we see the with the Vessel here. I think if you are Silencia, you really want to control this Jester, keep him in check, prevent those stacks of Finale from ramping up, and just play this slow and steady. Because honestly, with this super high control deck, with the amount of stress you have from the transformations and spiles, this is going to be huge. He goes for a stun on the Flagellant. So
that's very interesting. He's trying to mitigate the ridiculous damage you get out of that Flagellant, especially with a Hemlock. Yeah. But this Jester here, dropping a Battle Ballad, he's setting up on this turn. Silencia doesn't need to be too worried, I suppose. But what Silencia does need to do right now is just really take control. Keep everyone locked down, apply DOTs. If you start stunning people before those Hounds Harrys are out, before you get a little bit of blight on them maybe from the Abomination, the stuns really, all they're going to do is stop them, freeze them for a turn, but not leverage any advantage.
Oh, that dodged it.
Yeah, that's weird. I really would expect him to just be spamming Hounds Harrys. Granted that this is also removing the stun being removed here from the Flash. You can just restun the Crusader though. That should be relatively easy to do for Silencia here.
Well, I think talking about that Hound's Rush, I think he was trying to make himself not be put on the back foot right off the bat with a crit riposte. I think perhaps just trying to threaten the Jester with Death's Door. Obviously, that would make him play more defensively with the Arbalest.
What do you make of the stun on the MAA instead of stunning the Flagellant here, though? Because I feel like, it's not really that valuable to stun the MAA right now, because this means that next turn, you basically waste the Vessel's turn, because, you had 2 targets stunned.
Well, the stun here is for this reason in particular. When stunned, you can't riposte. This was a very smart play from Silencia. I think perhaps the Hound's Rush on turn 1 was thinking a little bit too hard, but this stun into Hound's Harry there was a pressing play.
So the question is like, when does Silencio use the stuns now? Does he wait for this MA to come out of the stun, or does he just use the Vessel instantaneously? Because if he doesn't wait, there's just gonna be... Oh, never mind, he can just stun right away. This is okay, he can just stun right now. Because the Arbiter is just inert. I think this is like very bad play from Lich, honestly, I don't like it at all. Because he just kind of allows triple stun right now from Silencio. He's just gonna make use of this. Like, this is a very big opening.
And we see Silencio jumping to take advantage of it there. Obviously, with the Arbalest taking his turn first in the order, just to heal. Not even clear the stun on that Mana Arms. Lich has potentially lost the game in this shot, I think. Yeah. I mean, this is a ridiculous tempo shift.
This is really bad for him. Like, it's like hard to understate how bad this was. He can get like triple stun. He can get like this gesture locked down indefinitely right now, and that's just so painful to experience. You get probably the stun on the flat. Oh, he resists this actually.
Yeah,
so.
I mean,
that resist.
75% base resist. That stun is
high.
It's a coin flip. It's a coin flip that you're not going to get every time.
Yeah.
Wow, we're seeing that Flagellant just punish the backline. Are those bleeds going to hit?
Yeah.
A mixture of both. That's still a lot of damage sticking down.
Investor resisted over though, so I guess the A-bomb is just gonna go for transformation. Yes, so he's gonna start stacking the stress here. There's no snuff on the Flagellant, so you can probably just push him right now with this. Yeah, you can just deny another turn from the Flag. But this actually allows you to use the healing right now, so this is not such a bad situation.
Something also to note very quickly is pushing the Flagellant back normally would be terrifying because you push the Jester into rank 2, but obviously stunned now. You've got enough stuns to lock him down the whole game. You stun with Vessel, Arbaclay, stun with Crusader, stun.
Yeah, there's no balance. This Jester has no monkey pose, so there's like very low dodge actually on him, so it's just gonna be perma stun right now. And even if you remove the stun of the Arbalest, it's still going to be the second stun coming from the Vest and potentially the third stun from the Abomination as well. So I don't think you ever get control of this Jester, like ever in this game.
That guard there, quite an interesting play from Lich. What he's hoping is that the Mana Arms with 70 base stun resist is going to win a coin flip or two on that stun. Keep the Jester defended just for the... Really, you only need one good turn as Jester to completely shift the game. 180 it. Take it from a heavy loss into a 4 versus 3.
Yeah, it was like... The question is like, can Silencio just keep this MAA in check right now? Because I feel he has both stun trinkets on the Vessels, you can just keep the MAA stunned on top of everything.
It's not 100%, it isn't 100%. And we saw that with a Flagellant as well, you can't always rely on that.
Yeah, it's true. It's about 80 though. If you have double trinkets on the Vessel and this MAA has no stun resistance...
Are we going to see an Illuminating Flow or a heal? What's he going to do?
Yeah, this Flare.
Hey, wow, we're going to see a dead Flag here. We're going to see a dead Flagellant there.
I think so. I mean, you have to be hesitant with the Houndmaster activation right now, because if you activate the Houndmaster and you actually don't heal yourself, you might just die to the finale right now. Although you have to take into consideration the fact that this Jester has been able to do that.
Even if he lick wounds, I'm not sure.
It's okay, I think he's gonna be fine. I feel this is gonna be fine. Because the Jester has very little buffs on him, so it might be just still enough. 40% damage buff, he has to crit to kill this.
Do you fish for a crit? Do you fish for a crit, or do you just go for a harvest here?
I don't know. Honestly, like this is... I feel like Life Switch is in a terrible spot right now, so every single little bit matters. I would probably go for the finale here.
What we did see here, though, is Silencio not able to fish for the killing blow on the Flagellant.
Yeah, but he can just heal that right now. He just heal the Houndmaster even more, or just go for a stun on the MAA, just kind of look into the future and try to just get rid of the guard indefinitely again. So I'm just kind of curious as to, I mean, Lich played this very well. He kind of anticipated what Silencio was going to do, so he prevented the sound of the Jester, cleansed it on time, used the guard when this was just going to open up the Jester into this fight. I didn't think this is enough.
Oh, we're gonna see. Here we go. He's gonna drop it. 9 to 16. That's the lowest roll he could have got that. That is really unfortunate to see here.
It was a coin flip though. It was indeed a coin flip.
Well, it was a coin flip plus the 10% there from crit, so it was definitely in the Lich's favour.
It's true. It's like, a finale is such an important move to, if you waste it, if you go for a 50-50, it's just I feel like it just is never worth going for a 50-50 unless you're like super desperate. And I don't think Lich was desperate enough to be going for it right now. He could have waited a single turn, just cleansed the stuns, and just gone for it again. And right now his Arbalest is gonna get stunned. The Arbalest is out of the fight.
In the same vein, using that finale does push him back, so his Flagellant can now act and attack both of the backline here. If we can maybe see going for a Dark Stab and then some kind of small damage from DOTs here.
Resist again.
Could go for a death blow just with the Rain of Sorrows on that Houndmaster there.
I'm just really thinking about this. Like, what does Silentia do? I think he just stunlock the Arbalest and then stunlock everybody else as well, and just keep spamming damage with the Houndmaster. It's just gonna be okay. Because he's a stress comp. He is not playing a damage composition here. He's primarily playing a stress comp, I feel.
And it's turn 4, and there isn't much stress on Lich here, though. So I think for Silentia, now the finale, he doesn't need to be scared of that at all. I think you really want him to just go heavy on this stress, get it finished by turn 7. There are no afflictions yet, so there'll be no act outs. The longer the game lasts, the more those act outs really amplify off each other.
I guess for a risky play, I thought he was going to lick wounds again. He doesn't do this though. It's just a can Dark Stab right now. He can take down the Houndmaster easily.
I think that was a misplay.
If you lose the Houndmaster right now, I feel like Silentia is kind of going to be in a lot of trouble because, like, in this stun core composition, I feel like this is just going to be very little stress damage that can come out of just the of the team that doesn't have the Houndmaster.
I mean, he might have been hoping for an affliction pass. No, he doesn't get.
It's going to be a death. He's the first blow.
That was a big mistake.
Very risky.
Yeah, we've seen that's basically getting the finale there for free. So it's completely changed now. Silentia really has to be right. He doesn't have enough stress on board right now to think he's got this in the bag. He doesn't have a man-at-arms to really prolong the game. None of these 3 characters left alive have really much good kind of self-sustain, good solo carry ability.
It's looking quite grim all of a sudden. I think if we had just healed this and stayed alive for a single turn longer, you could have like...
Bust turn!
Okay, this Slash might die, though. This Slash might just die. That's funny.
That was important part of stopping the guard.
I don't know, as far as this fight, this is gonna be dead load.
Okay,
80% won't go through, I think.
Yeah. It's just gonna be really rough right now. This is just dire straits for Silentia. I feel like this just... he just turned this fight around himself. He brought this up on himself, I feel.
I think we've all learned a very, very important lesson from this game, and it's boys, lick. You love to lick, keep licking.
Go on.
You're going to be dead, and your bitch is going to be sat over you crying. Look at that corpse.
I don't know what to say to this, man. I have no idea what to say to this. Lick. He could have gone for this flash kill, I think. Like that's what I would have done anyway. Just go for the flash, and as long as Arbalest hasn't healed yet, you still get a chance to even things out. And with the Flagellant alive, you have to imagine this is going to be very soon over for Silentia. You really need to kill this, so yeah, that's just opportunity going out of the window right now.
Another thing about Flagellant is, just to interject very quickly, if you are going to take him down to Death's Door in 1 turn, you need to hit him with as many abilities in that single turn as you can. Because every time he is healed out of Death's Door, boom, his death blow gets reset. That is an incredibly potent tool.
Yeah, that's just... I have no idea what Silentia can do, right? I mean, the act-outs can still save him, but like losing this Houndmaster, which is absolutely vital for his composition, is just going to hurt him so much right now.
We've seen him pivot to Zealous Accusation, which is very smart, very smart.
Yeah, because he's stacking a lot of pressure still. So, just damage might not save him, but like the damage and the stress from Zealous Accusation, both of which are very, very big overall, I think they might just do enough. But this Legend really has to start doing some sort of healing to him. So I don't think this is a right move.
Nor do I. I think we saw very, very solid play outside of one misplay on both sides, but right now we're seeing the strategy just kind of completely fall down. Maybe
here we go again.
Maybe
there's blow again.
Changing it around there, that Flagellant, the most important character to stay alive.
Yeah.
The Rain of Sorrows instead of healing.
Why did he wait? Why was he so greedy with this?
These have been unnecessary risks.
Obviously, this was gonna be like lower healing, but this just turns the fight around again because this is an inert Jester. This is an Arbalest that really doesn't do much against, you know, rank 1 and against like equal numbers. And this is Yamae, who's like about to die, honestly. I feel like against Silentia holds the advantage. This is like such a swingy fight.
I think it's with pure stress Silentia holds the advantage. Even if it was a damage comp, we would have to say that Silentia does hold the advantage, just because he's got the 2 healing characters rather than just the one with the Arbalest. And also the Arbalest, the only healing character, is also the only character that can clear the stuns. So Silentia really can apply physical damage pressure, can apply stress pressure and stun pressure. He's got 3 different prongs of his attack, and the Lich here only really has 1.
What my chat is telling me though, they're saying that Lich only had like 100% heal debuff on this Flash, not 50%.
Oh, okay, well, yeah. This is an issue with having no fucking fewer modes, you know, we can't see that. We didn't know.
Yeah. It's kind of sad. I'm not really sure. So you have to go back to this. They might be right, this might have been 100%. So
they are probably right, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like Lich is good enough a player to realize that this was just an opening he didn't want to miss out on. So this is able on 0 HP or 1. It's on 1. Oh my god.
1 hell.
Oh no, it's 1. So you can just always heal this, even if he goes down to
try and harvest the Crusade here. 70% bleed.
Yeah.
Probably won't get it through.
You don't want to be doing this.
You know, it's a tilted play. I think you still Dark Stab the Abomination.
It looks like, I think this is gonna be Silentia win here, but it's such an even game. We might very well see 3 games in this series, because it's just such an even matchup here.
If this was a match of boxing, we would call it a draw, wouldn't we?
Ooh,
yeah.
Another critic.
They like all almost dead, but I feel like Silentia might get to clutch this fight seriously.
I think Silentia definitely holds the advantage here just because of that stress. Those act outs here. We've got to hope really are going to do what they are. You say bingo. That's why we have. That's why a stress damage hybrid like this is ridiculous. You're Death Store. I don't want your healing. I'm paranoid. I don't want your fucking healing. You're dead. It's that simple, mate.
I think the Vessel can actually just stun the Jester and kill him with the stun, because she's just going to do enough stress. I think that, like, you know, double stress bonus might be just enough. I'm not sure if this is like, you know, 180 or 184. If this is 184 stress, the Vessel just instantly kills the Jester with the stress alone.
Something people don't even realize about that stun. It applies
Yo! Death blow!
As well, like that's fine too. Works.
Benefit of having both the stress and the damage as an option of your attack here. Silentia here, he had far more options than the Lich, even when he was put on that kind of the back spot with his Houndmaster dying there.
Yeah, can we touch up on this MAA on Lich's composition? I just kind of realized it's kind of an odd pick overall, right? Because you can have something else on this high damage composition. You can, for instance, try to take a Leper with you to, you know, boost your damage, or you can take a Crusader to get some control. So I feel like this is quite a peculiar choice of the MAA here. You could basically bring Repose to the table and that's it for the pure damage compositions.
What's more peculiar about that is he doesn't have command on it. If you are taking the Man-at-Arms as a kind of support character in this build, you would... Oh, he does. My bad.
He does, indeed, yeah. I mean, that's a dead MAA, though. That's a dead MAA.
And Man-at-Arms, go to sleep.
Yeah, this is GG. I feel like, you know, there's no stress on Silentia, this Arbalest result broken, and there's like indefinite amount of healing on Silentia's side right now. You can just heal the Vessel every single turn, and there's 0 threat Lich has right now against Silentia's composition. He basically Silentia made it through with 3 characters still alive. This is so big for him.
This is, yeah, I believe this is without, like, beyond done, just because all 3 characters left can all heal. But I think an interesting thing to note about this game is, I fucking forgot, bro. Based. Oh yeah, so it's turn 9. We're seeing 2 very, very high sustained comps here. Flagellant Arbalest, Crusader Vestal. I think life's a Lich here. If you just kept that Flagellant alive a little bit longer, just played a little bit more safe with that, this could have maybe been a turn 13 win, because he has the DOT advantage here. He kind of... It's an either plays game, really. Does the DOT go quicker than the stress? You need to apply that early pressure first to make sure coming to these late games you have that advantage. And that really is what Silentia did here.
Yeah, I'm also very happy because this is a composition that I made and it's actually successful at something, so I'm pretty hyped that this is actually working first, like for once at least, you know, it's kind of funny.
Silentia is going to... listen, Mike, the Mikefield boys are going to win this tournament, so be proud of that at least.
Yeah,
unless it's Halo.
Yeah, this is working out super well for Silentia, I think.
Your life's a lich, what do you do? So I don't think he, I don't think his comp, I think it's an even comp. It's a really even comp here.
Yeah, I think that you just play without mistakes and you're okay. Frankly, if you just make fewer mistakes, you should be okay
That's kind of a moot point to say. I think if they make a mistake now, they're both going to make a mistake. Obviously, we are seeing them take their turns pretty quickly.
You know what? But you can optimize a lot, though. You can switch a lot of trinkets right now, knowing that, you know, this Arbalest is safe in the very furthest position, the 4th position, because there's like 0 ways of pulling her. So you can take like either more offensive items, or you can take some more healing right now in the place of the snuff. And that's probably going to work.
Resist the death blow.
So
you know what? I'm saying take the snuff off the Arbalest. Put it on the mana cards, maybe.
Yeah, just
have that mana on,
right? Just secure the guards. It's very smart. I like the idea, yeah.
Also, something else. Accuracy plus guard, that kind of 2-turn combo, the Jester, is going to be finale if you're playing kind of efficiently and you are given the opportunity. You want to finale by turn 2 to 3, really. Especially against the stress comp, right?
Yeah, because like the more characters you kill, like the easier it gets really for you to deal with the stress teams, right? That's just the rule of this is rule of thumb here for you if you play against stress, and that's a very peculiar stress comp as well because it bases on the the stun core like with the Vestal and the Crusader, and then you just play this slow as Silentia and you slowly whittle your opponent down. So if you lose a character very early on into the fight, it just should allow you. I mean, you should just make your life very, very difficult all of a sudden. So if, for instance, Litu is very aggressive with this Arbalest, maybe tries to shut down perhaps the Houndmaster again or the Abomination, I think he holds a decent advantage in this overall.
So I'd say the biggest bonus in Silentia's composition is that the Abomination is a very weak character by itself, easy to be. Oh, we see a Mace Bash, really weird instead of Sunlight.
Yeah, funny.
But the Abomination quite weak. If you don't have a composition that can support him, you might not even be able to get all of his stress horror out. So his whole point is moot. But with these double stuns, obviously this Crusader Vestal core, 2 stuns, 2 heals, it's brutal. It's a very oppressive core.
Yeah.
But I think Lich needs to take something very powerful, very explosive, just a boom, you're down in 1 turn.
It potentially even triple stuns, right? If Lich makes a mistake, like before with the Arbalest healing on the very first move of a turn, I think he's just going to be down for this. They just sealed the deal. It's just sealed the deal.
Yeah, I think the two pivotal turns there were one, Silentia not licking himself with his Houndmaster, and the other was.
Oops, I was muted. Good game.
Yeah, GG, man.
GG, guys. GG.
3 pivotal points there, actually.
Incredible that match, right, guys? The first match go to Silentia. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's go to see the next match.
Lich, by the way, could you try to maybe improve the quality of the stream a little bit because it's just kind of chunky for me. It's pretty slow overall. The frame rate is just extremely low right now for us.
I think we've got it. I think the only.
It's already at 720. I don't think
mouse over things more. You're not going to be able to increase the quality right now. Just try mousing over things a little bit more. Look over the kind of debuffs and things for us, please. That'll be really helpful.
It's at 720p.
That's fine. That's fine. Let's just keep going the way it is.
I could go up. Like there's 1080.
No.
I think.
It's okay, brother. Honestly.
It's fine. It won't help them. It's fine.
Remember, you've got time here to change your trinkets. Don't fucking get bogged down by a stalking shoot. Take this time to fucking win the tournament. Think. You've got, let's say 5 minutes to have a big think, a big change of your trinkets.
I'm probably just gonna change one. If you guys want.
Oh, don't
switch away,
bro.
That's information you didn't have to give out.
Yeah.
So, Mike, strategy-wise, do you think there was a giant error from either player? Because I think their strategies were both fairly perfect. I didn't see a giant misplay from either of them there like we did in the previous series.
I think I want Lich to hold on to Arbalest's turns a bit more than he was holding on to them, because I just think that he wasted a lot of opportunities there with this Arbalest, you know, just using the ability.
Sorry guys,
abilities
I'm here. I was to the
and
toilet.
then it's not allowing for those for the stun plans to come through. I think this was just kind of the biggest issue for Lich. And then essentially like some minor mistakes that he can fix as well. So I'm just kind of curious to see what's gonna happen. I feel like not healing this Handmaster, as you've already said, like as we've highlighted.
You always lick or your bitch will be sad. We've already established that. Everybody remembers that.
Yeah. So
I'm ready to go.
Let's just see how
Alright,
this
same
goes.
here. Good luck, man.
Good luck,
Here we
guys.
Let's go game 2.
Yeah.
Can you, yeah, Lich, if you mute and deafen yourself, will the stream stop?
If I what?
Mute and deafen yourself, will the stream stop?
I don't believe so, because I was during the
Mute
match.
and deafen yourself, yeah, mute and deafen, yeah, sorry. Mute and deafen them, please, thank you. So they can't hear what we're saying.
Yeah. Good luck, guys. Let's see what happens right now.
I'm interested to see the trinket changes. I think Silenta is probably going to sit steady. He might have put a movement trinket on his Abomination just to get the 100% against the Flagellant, but I think the Lich here, the onus is on him here. He is really the one that needs to maybe tinker around a little bit, go a little bit more aggressive, try and push through that stress.
Yeah, we've already seen like some. I was kind of watching Lich's screen, so I already know that this MAA has changed the trinket, so he has the instance right now, which means he has some bonus stun res. I'm surprised though by people taking instance over the other stuff. I just don't understand the reason for that.
Well, I think the incense. We saw 2 incenses against my stress comp in the last game, game I played, and it was incredibly effective. The bellow from the Man-at-Arms only doing 6 stress. 6 stress. How many turns is that to get to 200 stress? I'm not a mathematician. It's a fucklot, yeah?
Yeah, that's true. At the very same time though, like playing against double stuns, I feel is just such a huge detriment not having that snuff if you can have this bonus 20% stun res. Because this might be the difference between you getting stunned like twice in a row or not getting stunned at all.
No, well, we need to remember we get a plus 50. Man-at-Arms starts at 70. It goes up to what, 80, 100. I think it's a little bit kind of crazy to pivot your entire game plan over pushing for the last 20% stun resist there. I think he's got to imagine he's going to be stunned a lot. He's happy if, 8 out of 10 of them don't land.
Yeah.
He has that Apostle as well. That's a brutal trinket to have if you are against the Houndmaster in particular. An Abomination that can use his stress riposte ability, this, to hit the middle two. If he had a riposte active right there instead of the accuracy, or the bolster rather, could have been a heavy hit. Could have put him down to nearly enough death's door with the DOT.
Yeah, at the same time you really want to have the bolster up, right? Like if you play against a stress comp, this 15% stress reduction is just huge. Especially if you stack some stress reduction trinkets as well, so maybe like Lich has taken the mathematical edge, as you're saying here, with the numbing instance on this MAA. He might be able to take this one. And there's a have to Celestials to adjust. I'm actually very curious about this one.
What we're seeing this game as well is we see Silenta using a Hound's Harry on 2 instead of the Hound's Rush on the Jester. That is entirely because the Man-at-Arms didn't use his riposte there. If he used his riposte there, he would have actually, I think, been in better stead than if he used his bolster, just because of the kind of the threat posed rather to the Abomination and the Houndmaster when they're using their AoE damage.
Yeah, tell you the truth, like he could have just bolstered turn 2. This is a resisted though. This is such a low chance. I think Celeste is running double stuns. It's like 5% chance.
Literally 5% chance.
5%. That's ridiculous. You hate this shit. That's just brutal. That's just brutal RNG for Silenta.
I think for Silenta we need to be happy. It's on turn 1. It's not the most pivotal thing in the world. You can account for it going into the later turns. This kind of RNG, if you want to, if you're gonna have to get a 5% chance, you really want to see it right now.
Resist the game!
Oh, no freaking way. This is like a bit to resist, but still.
You don't want to do that.
Ridiculous.
The worst thing about this as well is now this Flagellant pushed to such low health. Boom. The Abomination in very. God damn it. Blight resisted, but that's going to be a 9x4. A 9x4.
That's annoying. There is no other way to put it. Like, this should not have happened, I feel. This should just not have happened.
I think when playing Darkest Dungeon, oh no. You know, sometimes if you miss that first stun, you're less likely to hit with the second stun. Maybe you should just go, no, I need to not kind of double down here on this kind of loss efficiency conundrum. Just go for a Zealous Accusation, apply the stress, get the Flagellant, maybe even stress, you know, this turn. He's got pretty high stress right now. If I was Silentia, apply that pressure a lot more heavily, at least until the first set of afflictions are all present.
Yeah. He's also doing a very smart thing with the A-bomb. That's what I was kind of advertising on my streams. So you play Abomination and you use the Repose, you have to just use it and then just wait and activate him last on the following turn. This means you just make the most out of the Repose. This also means that the Repose is always active. You can just transform now as Silentia.
And illuminating flag there.
So he transforms. What he just transforms the A-bomb, he pushes the Flagellant, and at the very start of the following turn, I think, he just goes back to the human form. He probably just, or maybe he doesn't even push the Flag. Maybe he just goes for some sort of damage on the Jester here. And at the start of the next turn, he also just goes back to the human form and he activates. Okay, never mind. I was absolutely confident he was going to transform here.
I think maybe Silentia here is trying. That was a very heavy control play, but we need to understand he's against a really strong DOT build.
Yeah,
it needs at least. It's going to be 6-7 turns to really utilize all of that horror and stress, get all of that ticked down. He's going to be on the defensive in a few turns now. I don't think he's really going to have the chance to kind of play aggressively that long into the game.
That was actually a very smart play, because this means the Jester is denied a turn with no recourse again. And this is, I think he dropped the ballad, and this is it. That's all she wrote for the Jester so far. He's at 0 HP right now, he's activated, he just dies very, very quickly. So I feel like Silentia is actually doing a very, very good job here. This was a very, very interesting play from him, like the idea to stun the Jester instead of just going for this, reasonable play, which is, transformation and just getting the stress to stack up. I feel like this was kind of a very, very heads-up play from him, and we have to just commend him for just making that call. Because if he had not done this, you have to imagine that this is just a harvest coming down as well. Harvest comes down, the idol takes the damage, the Houndmaster takes the damage as well, and it suddenly looks quite bad for Silentia. But right now we have the Jester at 0 HP. Little he can do against the Houndmaster as well. So I feel like the Houndmaster might just go for it. I feel Silentia might just go for this kill here on the Jester. Potentially.
He's dropped a guard there, so the only thing he can really hit is I think a slam that breaks guard, and I don't think you can do that on the third row.
Ooh, resist.
That's done. He can just drop the Harry right now, though. He can just harry this guy to death.
The Houndshot, yeah. So you're the Lich right now. What are you doing? How are you playing? What are you feeling? More so.
I think this is still an even game, all in all. So I think you just play your game. You hope the Jester doesn't die right now. If the Jester is still alive after this turn, so it's gonna be like. So let's just start next turn though. So there's gonna be trouble. If the Jester dies, then he doesn't. So right now we just go for the A-bomb as Silentia. Just push the Jester away. I think that's the safe play, because this means you cannot just remove the stun.
Hopeless. It's a really unfortunate one to take as well. He's going to be passing a lot more often than he would with Masochistic, so
what we probably see from Silentia now is the push on the Jester, right? I feel like this is the most optimal play he can make. Oh, it also breaks the guards.
I think Life's a Lich here made quite a fundamental misplay by Dirk stabbing instead of harvesting. He didn't quite pay heed to the fact that Silentia can do this and kill him, really.
Yeah, he's gonna break the guard at least. He breaks the guard right now. If he hits this, if he misses though, this is gonna be so bad for him. He's gonna lose his Houndmaster.
Oh, that
maybe you would have liked to see a rake there, actually.
Very dangerous, that
dodge. Down, maybe got a kill on the floor.
Oh, I'm killing! No!
Here, I think we might see a game 3 here. That was.
Yeah, it looks like it, definitely. This is the finale coming down from the Jester right now. Like, there's no way of preventing this. You can stun this, then like the Outlaw cleanses. I feel like if you play this right as Lich, you're always going to get this finale right now on the HM.
I mean, barring RNG in 2 abilities, Life to Lich here has changed a definite loss into a 4 versus 2 match. Entirely pivotal on that one dodged slam there. Completely ridiculous play. This is why you always need to account for RNG in the Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah, why not finale though? I'm so surprised not to see the finale going down. It's like, why would you do this?
Maybe we can use the finale versus the Vestal inside the Home Master. You know?
Yeah, he gets stunned right now. He doesn't use it at all right now. That's the problem. He could have just considered, like, he could have just used it before on anybody. Really. I think this Jester can kill anyone right now. It's just very baffling to me. Like, I just don't understand this. Really, I just don't understand this.
We're seeing perhaps the strategies fall down here again on this turn 4 mark, like we saw in the last game. Starting to just play weirdly, I think is a really safe way to say that. That guard is going to be completely mitigated by the Hound's Harry. We want to see this aggressive push. I think these guys are a little bit too scared to aggress.
The Jester is dead. Look, the Jester might just die here. Because Celestia goes first, he picks the Houndmaster, he goes for the Harry right now, because this is the only thing that's going to access the Jester. The Jester might just drop that right now, right here.
Yeah! Killing blow!
This is absolutely absurd here.
This is madness.
One turn, go back and forth, lose the game, win the game, lose the game.
Why did he just not finale this freaking Houndmaster before?
This was not the time to play defensive.
No, he had to just finale and hope he doesn't die from either. If he finales this, he goes to the 4th row as well. He's okay there.
I've just been given a little note by my production team, i.e. Cherry. We have not seen that Jester get a finale kill in either game.
Yeah, it's weird. I think he's just too hesitant with this. You should be greedy with finale sometimes. If you play against Stresscom specifically, you should be just always greedy with the finales. Because right now, I think he just threw away the lead he had. That finale was...
I'm really looking forward to it.
This is going to be a 4v2 game, and right now we have double heals on Silentia's side, very little backline access, this Vestal and this Houndmaster just wreaking havoc in his ranks, and you know, obviously both of them might just die, one of them might die from the Flagellant sometime in the future, but right now it's looking pretty good. Like, I think he just killed the Flagellant as well, Silentia can just go for the kill here. Obviously very risky to do this, but he can try it anyway.
You zealous him at least to get these stress build up.
Yeah, I think you just zealous him twice, you just... Yeah, right, look at this. Oh, that's not enough stress though, this is just not enough stress. Oh wait, isn't it though? He goes for the... He kills this right now, he just goes for Hound's Harry. And he kills this... Oh my goodness, he kills the freaking Flagellant right now.
I mean, man, these... Talking about this kind of high-level play Silentia's had, and Life to Lich as well, he's getting this far, quarterfinals. Oh man,
right
off the bat, I think Lich here, he's going to have to get quite lucky with this RNG to get a killing blow, take it down. But we're also seeing very quick plays here from both of them. We've seen really just, to us, obvious misplays. In the moment, perhaps they were overthinking it. I think this might be one of the issues with being perhaps not the most veteran player in terms of games you've played, but trying to be very smart. You overthink things now and again, and you'll just kind of fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like honestly, if you're trying to learn Jester, first of all, learn like when you're supposed to be using him, and just try to use the finale whenever you get the chance to. Because I feel like I find a lot of success with the Jester play, just finaleing the targets.
I mean, we're against a stress comp. The idea of a stress comp is that the longer you live, the more you're going to kill yourself.
Yeah.
You get that finale, take one of them down. That way, you actually really have a giant advantage. Because Silentia here, not even running the Man-at-Arms. Running the Man-at-Arms.
If you can get rid of a Houndmaster from who is on a control composition, why would you not do this? Why would you not do this? I'm so tilted by that.
I think perhaps Lich, perhaps he thought he was in a kind of considerably losing position, and he wanted to save his finale for the second kill. Obviously, in hindsight,
resist the game.
That was a really, really bad idea. But maybe from his perspective, doing that could have won him the game he would have lost if he just did use that finale really quickly.
Yeah, the double doesn't go through either, like both times as well. So this probably means that this vessel is just going to live, and there's very little that can be done against Silencia's triple healing composition right now. He has 3 heals on the team. That's crazy big. And no matter what the Lich does, like I think there is like 0 windows of opportunity for him to actually kill someone right now.
I mean, again, it's turn 7, and we're seeing a build with the Flagellant first to die. When the Flagellant is your first character to die, you know, he wasn't the first to die in the last game, I believe, but they didn't heal him, and he got a very lucky death blow, took him down. Flagellant, you need to support. He is ridiculous. He's such a strong character. He keeps your team alive. He applies damage. The Jester as well. The reason the Jester is there is for the early finale. He didn't use it. He's got this team. Obviously, he knows how to use because he's at this point in the tournament. But maybe at that turn 4 mark, like what happened last game, it kind of all broke down for him. It was a little unknown for him. Hadn't been in these territories before. Didn't know how to play. And still he's playing very, very quickly here. Maybe he just made the wrong decisions.
Instead, he's also making a lot of smart moves. He's trying not to take too much damage on his characters right now. So he's trying not to trigger the riposte. It is very important because this means like he's basically being super safe right now. There's like 0 ways for Lich to kill him.
I think the most dangerous point against Silentia is when he's in a position that is kind of muffed out. If he needs to think of a completely new situation, he might flounder a little bit if he's having to play very, very, very quickly. But in a solved scenario like this, as the Lich, you're scared.
No, I think it's just all done and dusted again.
Yeah.
It's quite a shame, but it just doesn't look so good for the Lich right now.
I mean, it's been a very, very quick 2 matches, Mike. We've been here for an hour and 15 minutes. I almost want to do a game on you again on stream, just because this has been so quick.
Yeah, it's just crazy how fast it was indeed. The way he drops the healing, Silentia just plays the same when he wins it every single time right now, because I don't know what would have to happen for Lich to get this game right now. It's just you need to have like a miracle happen. I think Silentia just needs to desync right now, and then Lich gets it.
I mean, even if he desyncs, we've got that ruling. Well, obviously we're going to rule in Silentia.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, definitely. Like, this is over. This is just over.
I think the Lich just fundamentally, perhaps not misunderstanding the guy, but he didn't really utilize either the Flagellant or the Jester well at all, really, you know?
No enough for entering the doors.
No finale kills in either games from the Jester. We've seen just Jester versus Jester matchups. We've seen, 4 finale kills in 2 games. Both of the Jesters popping off, going crazy.
So maybe he's just not comfortable on that pick. Maybe he just picked a competent and strong but he's not comfortable on, because this is what it looks like to me. Like, Jester is like one of the trickiest characters to play. Oh my god, it's 18 repose though. But Jester is definitely one of the most tricky characters you can pick in the Bush's circus right now. So honestly, I feel like this might be the case right now. Like, he just picked a non-comfort pick. He's just getting punished for this right now. He's just getting punished for this. Because Jester really takes a lot of game sense before you can start using him properly.
I think especially the Jester Flagellant match. I mean, I don't want to begrudge the man for thinking he would survive on an 80% death blow chance, but I'm not entirely sure that's what happened. And also, he wasn't really in a position where he needed to risk that. We saw, even Silentia made that grave misplay with the Houndmaster not healing himself. Both of these players, they've been very strong in terms of their mechanical gameplay, but strategy-wise, I think the Lich just kind of started breaking down towards his later half of the game, and I think that's really what let Silentia just take an aggressive stranglehold. So with that double stun comp, if you have any advantage, you've just won.
Wow. Honestly, though, we have to admit it, Lich has been playing those last few turns very, very conservatively and very smart as well. So, even though it looks like it's just all over for him, he is still holding on. Surprisingly enough, he's just holding on. This is a crit here from the region, wasn't it? It's crazy. Oh, 18 crit is right back at you, mate. Right back at you. He might just lose the Handmaster right now.
Yeah, I mean, we might see the tables turn here. That riposte as well.
He just
Live Tillage, come on, you take this here.
Yeah, I really want to see game 3 too.
You're going to see passing from the vessel, unable to stun, unable to do anything other than move back. All we have is the Holy Lance on Silenti's side to push forward for that killing blow.
Oh no. This is going to be game 3. Like, I think Celestia was just...
Game 3. We want it to be a game 3.
He could have just killed everybody to full HP, just waited for those afflictions to eat Lich alive, I think, but that's just not gonna happen right now. Is it now, isn't it? That is crazy. But you have to consider the fact that, you know, the Crusader doesn't get pushed right now, and the Arbalest is just dead. He gets pushed, holy shit. Can you
Oh my god!
That? No way, is it gonna be it? Is it just gonna be game 3? I thought this was over.
So I think, right, if you're talking about how conservatively Silenti was playing, I think at a certain point, you can't play that conservatively. You need to go bop, 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 left hook, right hook, jab, you're down. And I think right now the Lich, taking advantage of just how slow this has been played.
Oh man, I don't know. This is just crazy right now. Because I don't think Lich has a way of actually killing Silentia right here still. Though I just want to see what comes out of it, because if Silentia had just been playing super conservatively there, like he
I think what we might want to see here is just that spamming of the bowler matched rather with the spamming of the riposte. That way. You see this big
he loses this now, this is over. Because he just set himself out.
Yeah.
It's just over. Sadly, we get like a moment of hype here, but this is just gonna be a double kill there. I think that's by the looks of it, at least a single kill there. Yeah.
Oh, killing blow!
Can you imagine this game without the Handmaster being there for like 4 or 5 freaking turns?
Exactly. I mean, Life to Lich, he was given that I mean, let's say the light at the end of the tunnel there, and as he was sprinting towards it, he just tripped over himself a little bit, threw his bowler, pushed the vessel into third. Even if that Zealous Accusation didn't kill both of them, that Vestal stun could have gone through, could have locked the game down, completed it, whatever happened. Life to Lich here, he was given enough chances, I think, but a quick game there, a quick matchup, very explosive as we expected, but boy oh boy. Pretty solid, pretty convincing.
Yeah, that's what you said though. Like, if you are Lich, honestly, if you're Lich, you just want to make fewer mistakes, and you're gonna be good. He just made a crucial mistake, and I think they just sealed the deal for him.
Yeah, I know. I handed up the finale because I thought I could get away with, not using it for one more turn.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as I saw that you attempted to go for a very greedy finale, I just sort of made a mental note that the game, while it wasn't over, was suddenly very heavily in my favor when it wasn't that case before. So
when the game was in your favor there, when you were playing very conservatively, did you ever think it might bite you back in the ass? Did you think maybe there was a point where I could have gone aggressively there, but it's just better to be safe?
I mean, I thought I was pretty aggressive, considering like he was down on 3 people almost.
That was to Silentia, sorry.
Oh, I apologize. So then I presume you mean for like that end.
I mean literally for the end, that last
right, yeah. There were a lot of moments where I saw plays that I could do that were extremely aggressive. However, I just simply decided to go into, I went against the decision. I decided to keep playing very passively, as I knew that there was realistically no way that he would be able to wear me down. And I think the most aggressive play I did was when the Houndmaster crit on the heal for his lick wounds. I thought I was safe to just simply go for a Hound's Harry, but I was then crit back on the Retribution and he died. I think that
makes a lot of sense.
I think that was sort of like I don't want to say wake-up call, but I want to say that was like a big moment where I was like, okay, no Vestal Crusader left, I'm playing this extremely passively until I can finally get in position for, like a solid Zealous Accusation.
In the same vein there, Lich, in the beginning of the first game, you led with the riposte off the Man-at-Arms there, which really, it warped Silentia's turn order. And in the second game, you didn't do that, which kind of let him be a little bit more aggressive. Did you kind of think through that play?
I mean, yeah, because I took off the fist trinket for Man-at-Arms
Right.
because I wanted the
of course,
Numbing
yeah.
Mist.
Yeah, the two
And then,
big things I
lo and
noticed
behold,
were-
Man-at-Arms was never stunned after.
I think that pick of the stun trinket was ridiculously smart, especially because of the guard on that as well. That does lock down a lot of his stun.
I agree.
Also,
that was
with
a fantastic choice.
Arbalist guarded, he wouldn't be able to stop her from clearing stuns.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my planning.
Right, I'd say one of the most difficult aspects of the game was just simply trying to play around the Man-at-Arms riposte.
We saw that an awful lot at the end of that last game as well. I think that Man-at-Arms, this kind of support character in that damage build, really was actually a very, very smart pick here from us. It's a very powerful card.
Mhm.
Maybe, Lich, do you think it was possible for you to play faster there, apart from that one finale, or do you think you played as aggressively as you could have?
Yeah, except for the one finale. I just should have went for it, but I wanted to save it.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, a very beautiful match.
I pretty much just handed it over at that point.
I think.
What was your? Sorry, Mr. Kun.
No, don't worry.
I
I
still
think
want
it's
to end
the...
the stream right now because it's been a bit early, right?
Yeah. So I think it's the best match of all the tournament I see. I think the most beautiful, the most interesting. I like a lot of that match.
It was very close, actually. I really liked it as well. The fact that we had like those guys who were very evenly matched. They were both making like mistakes, but mistakes on the very similar level. So they're not like making critical ones across the board. So
Exactly, Mike.
I feel like the skill, there is very little skill difference between you two guys, and the compositions as well are kind of nicely matched. So like whoever played it a little bit better, whoever eked out the slight bit of a lead was going to win those games. And I feel like Salentia just, especially in game 2, I feel like he managed to eke out this single little gap between the two of you, right? He just kind of expanded this into a C in the end. It was crazy to watch those games. I think both of them were incredibly close. There were like a lot of times where I felt like it was going to be over for either one of you. It just never was until the very last, few turns of the fight. So very exciting to watch those matches. I'm very happy I actually was there.
Given said that they're very even, I mean, this is a question to both the Lich and Salentia. Do you think RNG favoured either one of you in either of those games? Was there a point where you thought, come on?
For me, most certainly, that second game, there were I think it was 2 or 3 key stuns that I missed on the Flagellant, especially the one with the Vestal, which was only a 5% chance for him to resist.
Yeah, it was annoying. You also kind of commented on that. It was just kind of disturbing to see those stuns just not go through like
Right,
one by
yeah,
one by
because,
one.
like, having a 70% stun chance, I believe it was with the Crusader, like a 65% stun chance, like, that's obviously going to be in your favor, but there are going to, be key moments where you miss that, and, like, that's understandable, but missing 2 of those in a row, and then also, the Vestal, which was a 95% chance, it wasn't aggravating, but it was just, it was slightly obnoxious.
I think this is aggravating. I would call it pretty aggravating, honestly.
I mean, I think that one stun didn't really kind of affect the game a giant.
Right.
It was really early on. Lich,
agree.
the same question to you. Do you think at any point either you or Salentia had a giant advantage there in terms of just RNG? Was there any point you got annoyed?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I think it was just
I,
the rolls were neither in my favor nor against me. So
I would
Yeah,
have to
completely
say that
agree.
was probably one of the most evenly matched games we've seen in this tournament. There were 3 or 4 kind of pivotal moments for both of you where either of you could have taken the advantage. I don't think RNG fucked either of you over a giant amount. I want to see you guys play again. I think that would be really, really fun.
Yeah, maybe you guys can come over for the viewer games on my stream, because we do like those tournament like viewer
Yeah, sure.
games as well. It would be very cool to see both of you. So at least you're invited to join our Discord channel. Do you have the link? Are you on our Discord yet?
Yeah. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
if we could
guys.
play again, that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. That was a fantastic match. Like, for example, my match against Goliath, like, no disrespect to him, however, the match itself felt almost as if it was just a complete stomp. This match, not so in the slightest. I didn't have a single turn where there was not a single turn where I felt that it was impossible for me to lose.
I think we saw I think this goes for both Goliath and Mike, because I think I think this is the best time to make note of the fact that the 2 biggest boys, the 2 gang leaders in this massive warfare, knocked out of the first hurdle. Obviously,
Yeah.
Salentia, you took out Goliath, which is a much bigger upset than Mangle taking out Mike. But boy, oh boy, I think I think this is where we kind of noticed tilts in the game, because after the first game, both Mike and Goliath were a little bit tilted. We saw after the games a little bit of tilt going on there. This is maybe a bonus that we have as non-streamers. You know, we don't care if we get wrecked. It just so happens that, I mean, you particularly are a very, very intricate, smart player. But strategically wise, I do think you kind of lose it at points. You think a little bit too much.
I can definitely see that, yeah. And aside from that, I'd say that one of my, how would you put it? I suppose one of my better traits as a player is just that I tend to not get tilted very easily, and I'd say that that's been a great boon for me. You know, like sort of allowed my thinking to stay clear in a lot of situations where otherwise, you know, like I would have tried to go for a very greedy play that likely would not have paid off.
Something I did notice, and Mike Field also pointed this out in those games, is that you were both playing quite quickly. I mean, Lich, how many games have you played in this? Because Silentia, he's not played that much, to be honest.
So I could actually probably check. I don't know if it records that on your stats, but
well, it's a rough idea, you know.
I have. I was able to get to Champion 1. I kind of just didn't have the time to play before the season ended, so I probably could have reached Darkest if I really
you guys
wanted
are
to.
the exact same level, I think. Then, yeah, exact same level, I think.
Yeah, the highest rank I've gotten to is Champion 2, and truth be told, since the update, outside of the tournament matches, I've only played a single game.
Do you think either of you could have taken
like,
the advantage there by maybe thinking a little bit longer with the turn order in terms of the kind of the rope burning down, or did you think they were all really simple turns?
Yeah, I would say that I am fairly happy with my performance. I do know that I played fast, however, I say that the vast majority of my moves, you know, like they were well thought out, you know, like because I don't tend to just simply, you know, like timer's ticking down on my end, time to start thinking, you know, like I'm thinking the whole time, you know, like opponent's turn, what they're doing, and like while their clock is running down, and just there are times when it can seem like I didn't think at all just because like I make a move immediately. However, I'd been thinking of it the entire turn prior.
Exactly. Lich, exact same question to you there, my friend.
Kind of the exact opposite, funnily enough, because since I thought too much on getting that kill with the finale, I should have literally just went with the instinct and just immediately killed him. Like Vestal or Houndmaster would have been, you know, pretty much, you know, it there.
Do you remember your thought process when you were thinking that? Were you thinking, what, do you remember it? Could you run us through that if possible?
I mean, it was literally just like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't, because like maybe like, you know, Flagellant could get him.
Exactly.
Maybe Jester could get him with like a quick Dirk stab, and then like I could immediately finish off, you know, Vestal or somebody.
These are things I mentioned to Mike, but they, I think perhaps one of the major kind of pivotal, I'm not going to call it a misplay, but kind of a strategic error almost, is that the stress build is very, very, very fast paced. Were you threatened by the kind of the mounting pressure of the stress there? Or were you just looking at your raw health? Because both were taking a pretty heavy hit.
The fact that my characters didn't pass every single turn due to stress was a massive improvement from every stream game I've probably had. Because that is all they do, and I will complain about it relentlessly.
Like, oh, it's my Jester. He's got horrid into affliction. Finale. No, I'm going to fucking pass, bro. At least I don't give a shit.
He's like, you know, I could kill this guy right now, but then he's like, well, what if I stab myself in the face?
Yeah, truthfully, I'm surprised that, you know, like, for example, your Jester didn't act out more, as both games he got Hopeless, and if I recall correctly, Hopeless is around, like, an 8% chance to pass.
It has a much higher, I think, wherein Masochistic would hit himself, Hopeless would use that roll to pass, so he essentially has a double pass roll. So it might even be, it might be closer to 14%, 10%, you know? Really high chance.
Like, I think only one person passed a turn for both of those.
Yeah,
I'm just really glad to see the RNG there in neither's favor. I mean, there were points there when Mike was going, "Oh, this is over," and then boom, Lich gets 2 kills out of nowhere. I was like, fuck me, look at this game. That we wanted that explosiveness, and we knew we were going to get it.
I know, that's the Mike Field special. Miss a single attack, game's over.
No, but I said this was over when it was when the Jester was about to use the finale, for instance. He didn't. So I think like, you guys just made it. I felt like you guys made those small mistakes that you like. If you get like a little bit more experience, I feel like it was more of game sense. Like your opponents could have capitalized on way harder than they eventually did. Obviously, no offense because you played this very well. I think I would have made a lot of mistakes in the games myself. Like if you just watch again, you can see like a lot of the opportunities. I feel that people are just making use of sometimes.
With that in mind, actually, the Lich, going into that game too, when you were making that pivotal decision about the Justice finale, were you thinking about the fact that this was your last game, you had to win this one? Was that running through your mind, or were you just treating this as basically any other game?
I was actually thinking like I should have at least one match. And it was probably going to be that one.
Yeah. So did you think, was that kind of a luck thing, almost like kind of an occult gypsy feeling? Is that why you didn't take the finale there? Did you think you maybe had that one without the finale?
Luck? No, I wouldn't say I have that at all. But I would say that I was not exactly overconfident, because that is
Slow
something or other. Something somebody said. I don't know who it is, but you know.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it's very beautiful match. We have now another Cooper for the semifinals, and maybe it's time to say goodbye for today, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you guys. It was really fun. It was a pleasure casting those games. Seriously. And thank you, Mr. for hosting this again. This is just a shitload of fun for me.
Tip our hats to Misukun, everybody, the person who's fucking doing all of this for us, giving us all the fun here.
Yeah, thanks for hosting it. Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah,
Thanks,
absolutely.
guys.
Thanks for hosting it, and I'm glad that I was able to put on a show with my game.
Thank both of you. One of the most explosive and fun games we've seen this entire season, I think.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, guys.
So,
So
with that, I believe it's time for me to bow out. So, take care, everyone. I'll see you in the semifinals.
I love you a
Have a
lot.
good
You'll see me in the finals, brother. Oh!
So okay, let's go to the tournament channel, the tournament transmission channel, and go to say goodbye to the other people, right, guys?
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
go. All right.
The roster as it stands right now, by the way, the semis versus the semis.
Oh, okay. Let's go to see the match for today, right? Where is here? All right. This is the qualifier of the tournament. In the left side, ProfessorHeyLow go to the semifinals, and the right side go Celentia. It's very interesting. For tomorrow we have Wishful Thitherlad versus Entirely Doom, and for the other side, ProfessorHeyLow versus Celentia. Very interesting match.
I mean, Mike in particular, he's kind of the leader of. So as far as I've seen it, in this tournament, we've had so many interesting kind of clashes. We've seen American and English versus Spanish. We've seen versus non-streamer. But I think most importantly, we've seen Mike Field lads clash up against these Goliath boys. Right now, I mean, Mike can let you know about the 3 of the 4 people left in the semi-finals.
Yes, very interesting. Your community.
Performing beyond your limits, really. It's absolutely magnificent, people.
Your community is very popular in Darkest Dungeon, right?
Yeah, and they're powerful players as well. I'm very happy about that.
Mike, Mangold, you know quite a lot about this guy. This is a man that's openly admitted to Q-sniping you over 50 times. Talk us through this guy, Mike. He's a character.
Alright, guys. So I think this is the all for today. Thanks for coming for all the people, and I hope you enjoy for this match from today, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes. So tomorrow.
So thank you again.
Tell me.
No, thank you. I just wanted to say goodbye, honestly.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I'm very sleepy right. It's like 3 a.m. in Poland, so I like really to just go to bed right now.
Okay, I'm sorry for trying to extend the stream. I just, what I mean, this is all fun. We are getting into the semi-finals of one of the most important Darkest Dungeon tournaments we've ever had. Misukun needs an unbelievable amount of respect here. Everyone
you.
fucking throw him subs, gift him subs, follow this man, because big things are going to happen.
Thanks for all, guys. So tomorrow we, in the same hour, let's go to see the semi-finals now, right, guys? And the Friday, let's go to see the big final. Who to win, I don't know. So nothing more, guys. Thanks for coming, and see you tomorrow, all right?
Bye, everybody. Love you, Cherry.
Bye-bye.